Good evening, and welcome to NYC Outward Bound Schools 2018 Gala. My name is Tafora Taslima, and I'm a senior at Brooklyn Collaborative, an NYC Outward Bound school in Brooklyn. For those of you who aren't familiar with our organization, NYC Outward Bound Schools brings a special mix of demanding and engaging learning, community, and character to New York City's young people and their public schools. This year, NYC Outward Bound Schools worked with over 70 schools. My school is part of a citywide network that NYC Outward Bound Schools operates in partnership with the city's Department of Education. All of the schools in this network use the national EL education whole school model. Like all NYC Outward Bound schools, my school, Brooklyn Collaborative, is a public school, and any student can apply to attend. There are no special tests or similar requirements to get in. In addition to providing coaching and professional development to teachers and school leaders in implementing the EL model, NYC Outward Bound Schools delivers character building and leadership development programs to students like me, and also offers us extensive supports that helps us prepare for, enroll in, and complete college. The on-time graduation rate of the schools in this network is 89%. Which is 15 percentage points above the city's average. And 99% of seniors are accepted to college. Spoiler alert, I'm one of them. And together with our partners at EL Education, we, the students, teachers, and staff at NYC Outward Bound Schools, are redefining what educational excellence looks like in our country. We're not only celebrating NYC Outward Bound Schools tonight, we're also celebrating our amazing honorees, Diana and Joe Domina, and New York City Council Speaker Corey Johnson. I'd also like to acknowledge the support of this year's dinner chairs, vice chairs, and our board of directors, led by board chair Gifford Miller, who helped make tonight possible. Can everyone mention, please stand and be recognized? When I entered Brooklyn Collaborative, an NYC Outward Bound school in Brooklyn, as a ninth grade student, I truly felt as if I was attending my sister's school, not my own. In New York City, eighth graders have to apply to high school, but that year I had a major orthopedic surgery on my right arm to repair 2 fractures from a fall. My sister, who was a rising senior at Brooklyn Collaborative, thought it would be just adorable for us to go to high school together. So she put Brooklyn Collaborative first on my high school application while I was in the hospital. So sneaky, right? While she was off dictating my life, I was being prepped for one of the most important days of my life so far. I remember my surgery date clearly, November 21st, 2013. I was 13 years old, sitting in a large doctor's office, translating the doctor's words from English to Bengali, so that my parents could understand the importance of this surgery. When I translated the potential risks of the surgery, both of my parents burst into tears. I felt helpless. I was the kid, not the adult. Yet the weight of the entire world seemed to rest on my shoulders, and I wanted to cry too, but I couldn't. I had to stay strong for my parents and put a smile on my face because I knew that if I showed them that I was scared too, then we would all feel powerless. So I reassured my parents not to worry and highlighted the benefits of this surgery, keeping my own fears hidden away. Well, surgery went well, but recovery was super challenging. I spent the last few months of my 8th grade year in and out of the hospital, and I definitely wasn't concentrating on the high school I would be attending. So I was pretty surprised when my acceptance letter from Brooklyn Collaborative came in the mail. At the time, I imagined an outward bound school to have classrooms on the roof or something of that sort. My sister, in her wisdom, refused to disclose much about Brooklyn Collaborative. I was absolutely terrified on the first day of 9th grade. I had already planned to transfer to another high school. Remember, it wasn't just the first day of high school. It was the first day of a high school I didn't even choose. I was afraid that I would be far too behind in all my classes and too dumb to make any friends, or people would befriend me out of pity. I hid my scars from my surgery under my long-sleeve sweater and hoped no one would ask me, "Aren't you hot in that?" But the first day of school was not what I expected. The first day of school was a crew day, a day dedicated to getting to know my crew. Crew is like a supercharged advisory, and every NYC outward-bound school has it. At Brooklyn Collaborative, my crew has met every single day since that first day of school. Sometimes we talk about our feelings. Sometimes we play icebreakers or work on college applications or plan for the future. Crew is family. Anyway, that first day of school was the most fun I had had in a long time. With the stress of physical therapy and the worry of not being prepared for high school, I was afraid that I'd forgotten how to interact and engage with kids my own age. But I was having so much fun my first day that I forgot about my scars and took off my sweater and tied it around my waist. For the first time since my surgery, instead of pretending to be years beyond my age, I was able to unwind and let loose. The next day was also a crew day, but instead of playing name games and sharing summer stories, we talked about hardships we faced in life, what they taught us, and how we can take what we learned and apply it to our high school journey. I decided to talk about my injury and how it had not only slowed me down in school, but also brought out insecurities about falling behind academically and being pitied for my scars. When I shared this with my new crew members, instead of seeing pity in their eyes, I saw admiration. Admiration for sharing my story and being vulnerable and for being strong despite my fears. Hearing everyone else's stories, I felt less alone. I didn't have to put on a brave smile and be the strongest in the room like I was used to with my parents. I was able to be vulnerable, and a room full of people cared, listened, and comforted me. I instantly knew that I needed this support system, so transferring schools was completely out of the window. And after 4 years, I can attest to the fact that if I did not have crew, I would not have the accomplishments and opportunities I have today. I would not have been able to make it through the rigorous college application process without my crew, let alone achieve the Posse Scholarship, a full tuition scholarship to one of the most prestigious liberal arts colleges in America, Middlebury College. It was exciting for me to learn recently that NYC Outward Bound Schools is helping other schools outside of its network replicate practices like Crew so that even more students can benefit from the types of experiences I've benefited from by attending an NYC Outward Bound school. The power, strength, and unity of a crew is one of the many things that allow NYC Outward Bound students like myself to face our fears, ask for help, and accomplish the seemingly impossible. If you don't believe me, listen closely to this beautiful recitation of a choreo poem by students from MELS, an NYC Outward Bound school in Queens. This poem was actually co-written last year by the entire 8th grade. Now that's a big crew. And they have refined this choreo poem for you tonight to capture the essence of what it means to attend an NYC Outward Bound school. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Gemma, Devika, Ariana V, Ariana R, Isaiah, Ashley, Amanda, Mariana, and Himandri.